What is going on? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, let's get into this one. But you know what we gotta do, right? We gotta start off by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel, every single person that is a member of Patreon, and every single person that is a subscriber as we continue to grow. But of course, if you're looking to become a member of the channel so you can get early access to content, the link is down below in the description. If you're looking to become a member of Patreon to get all that unrestricted content, the link is also down below in the description. But of course, if you're new to the channel, you're looking to become a subscriber, which is free of charge, the big red button is right there next to the notification bell. And of course, the like button is there for everybody to smash the like button. So go on ahead and do what you gotta do, hit the like and everything else. But with that being said, we are here right now to give you guys an update on what is happening with Paul, Pierre, Karine, and just everything, you know. So right now, also my apologies, let me not be rude. I know where my manners are, I never leave my manners anywhere, but let me give a shout out to the people that are here right now. Juliana, welcome to the stream. Topaz, Dana, it's been a minute, I haven't seen you in a while. Dana's like, am I on the wrong day? No, you're not. Tammy Light, there's two Tammys here, what's going on? Kim, how you doing? Vanessa, Alice, Naya, Diamond. Let's have a look. Who else is in the building here? Kashina, how are you? It's been a while. Miss me while I'm away. How we doing? Oops, guess are we live? Yes, we are here. New subscriber here. It says Diamond Honors. How you doing? Come on, Amber Wilson's in the building too. So this is basically what is happening right now. As you know, Nancy C, how you doing? Halle B, how you doing? So as you know, guys, already, I did make a video earlier on today. Okay. In fact, let me just pop up. So I made a video earlier on today. I made two videos, in fact. First video was to give awareness that Pierre had been reported missing since June 8th, 2022. And also there was a number there for people to contact if they come across Pierre within the Kentucky area itself in particular. Then I made another video that was featuring Mr. John Yates, who had a phone call with Paul talking about the situation and how Paul said that both kids were in custody of the law, and also adoption was also something that was happening apparently. And of course, in that video I said, guys, listen, there is no way an adoption is something that is happening. And to be fair with you, based on the information that I'm bringing you guys now, I do feel like Paul was telling John something to basically divert their attention away from Pierre, so therefore people will not want to look for him, and therefore he can carry on doing whatever the hell he's doing by hiding his son or whatnot. But since then, there's been other videos that's also been developed, and so which is why we're here now. Okay, let's have a look. We're Laura in the building. How you doing, Laura? Darlene's in the building. How you doing? Bonita, how you doing as well? Welcome to the stream. Okay. Right, so right now I'm going to show you guys, and I don't know what, I actually didn't even have this part set up, I'm such a fool, but I came across this page here on Instagram, and as you can see, obviously this page here, which also has, there's also a YouTube page as well, to be fair. So shout out to this young lady in particular, because we are going to be watching a video in a minute that's going to involve this young lady herself in particular, and also someone called Jake, I believe, but I'll show you guys in a second. I did record that video, to be fair, literally about 10 minutes ago when they were live on Instagram giving us more information. But as you can see, she has come out to basically say Pierre is missing. This is not a hoax. I am in contact with the Louisville Metro Police Department. I confirm Pierre is an active missing child. Reports to the contrary are false. Pierre is not in foster care. Anyone who has contact with Paul needs to contact the police and do the right thing. So I guess, to be honest with you, that should in reality be in reference to John Yates. And I believe this one is not factual yet because I'm not too sure, but I believe that also Auntie's advice is also in contact with the man himself, Paul. So I believe that, you know, this is basically saying that, hey, you need to get in contact with these guys right now. So we shall see exactly, you know, what was said and get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Right now, let's have a look and see who's here. Who else is joining the chat? Robert's in the building. Robert's from Canada. I can see there. S below. How you doing? Shelly's in the building. Yeah. So let me see what you guys are saying before I continue. Anyway, see if anyone's saying anything interesting, anything X, Y, Z as I scheme through this. I'm so happy. I have finally decided. I finally happened across landed. I think across the live chat. Okay, fair enough. Thank you so much. Right. Okay. Let's get into the video itself in particular. So
sometimes,
sorry guys, that was already kind of playing. Where's my headphones? Because that's gonna play out loud, and without my headphones, actually, do you know what I can do? I can actually mute myself, to be fair. Right. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to play this for you guys. Where am I? Let me just pop up on the screen. How are you doing? Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Right. So now also I will say this though, you may see me on my phone every now and then looking down on my phone. Okay, bear in mind. Okay, I'm just still doing a little bit of hits and this and there, because remember, this live stream was unexpected. So if you see me bopping on my phone here and there, I do apologize, but I'm letting you know in advance. So I'm not positive, but I think the auntie meant that the Madzie person showed. Wait, what? Hold a minute. I'm not positive, but I think auntie meant the person Madzie showed. Wait, what's going on here? What's going on here? Let's go back. Somebody's mentioned me here. I don't know. Listen, I've never seen a video from Auntie's advice, so I don't know if she was maybe talking about me earlier. I really couldn't tell you that in any kind of way, to be honest with you. I have this thing, you see. I tend to not watch other people's other YouTubers most of the time, because if we're creating content as similar, I prefer not to watch their stuff, purely because I don't want what they're saying to necessarily cloud my judgment of how I would say things, because sometimes we can do that, you know what I'm saying? So I've never actually really watched them. The only time you catch me watching a video from another creator is if there's information that they have that I have no idea about, and it's good for me to incorporate in mine. But to be honest with you, I am yet to do that. I actually haven't really done that, to be fair. I came across one guy's channel once time, to be fair, but that's because somebody told me that he basically stole my content, so I went there to watch it to see what was being said. But anyway, let's get into this one itself in particular, okay? Boom, bam. So just so you know, the woman up top, she's the woman from the page I just showed you on Instagram, okay, guys? Just so you know. And the guy down below, his name is Reality by Jake, I believe. So obviously, shout out to them both. Obviously, her name is Ruti. T with a T-A-I rather than a Y at the end, Squad. So Reality Squad is her name. So give obviously, shout out to her, and also the man himself here, Jake. But hey, let's get into it, man. Let's see what's popping.
it's false information. From what I am seeing, Ethan, the other baby, is in custody of the state, which is why he was not listed. From the multiple things that I've read, and people that have contacted me who are close-ish to the family, or at least to the people involved, that Ethan was in whether the care or the custody of his mom, and CPS came by and Paul's mom.
Okay.
And they came by and collected Ethan. And from what I read the TMZ article, and from what Paul said, is that the only reason he took Pierre is because he has extreme separation anxiety, which is why he took him with him. Unfortunately, a lot of the information that's being put out by people right now is coming from Paul, and we know
Paul is the source, so you have to take all that. So I actually called the Louisville Metro Police Department because, and I typically don't recommend us, the viewers, getting involved in this, personally getting involved, but it's a missing child, and if Paul is out there telling people that the child is not missing, when in fact the child is missing, then I feel like I wanted to verify, is Pierre considered a missing child? And according to the Louisville Metro Police Department, he is an active missing child.
Right.
And from what...
So remember this, guys, okay? The fact that he's still an actively missing child means it is very, very important that if you are within the contact area or in general, and you do come across a child that does give you the resemblance of Pierre, to obviously do what's needed and make that report. Okay, do that, guys. Okay, it is very much important to do that. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, the fact is though, you know, would I be trusting? I mean, here's the thing. For me personally, right? If Paul rang me or I rang him or whatever, okay, and Paul was the one to give me a reassurance or some sort of information based on what's happening in his life, would I believe him? Hell to the freaking no. I mean, like I said before in my video, you know, I'd be questioning him quite a bit. You know, end of the day, I think it's quite annoying, to be fair, and quite frustrating that whatever the conversation was had between obviously John and Paul, it wasn't a conversation where he was grilled. You know, if it was me, like I said, I would have grilled him. I'd have been asking him questions left, right, and center. You know, and therefore, if I was going to make content about it, the content that I would make about it, you know, 100%, would be based on a pinch of salt. I wouldn't be making it with such confidence that it could potentially be true, when in reality, the person who's telling this information is the person that is committing the crime. I don't know how you don't question the person committing the crime. It's like, make it make sense. But hey, life is life. Let's see what you guys are saying right here in the chat. Let's have a look here. Auntie has been covering 9 days since the beginning. Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant stuff. Trisha. Apparently the grandparents are too old to look after the kids. Also, he's staying with his parents, so it's not a safe environment. His page is down near only an OnlyFans when he goes in his tomta. What the hell are you talking? Okay, I don't know what that. Oh, okay. Okay. Paul was never stable. I'm just sad that children has in his mess. 100%, yes, 100%. Paul is a couple of condoms short of a jizz fest. Yikes. Definitely didn't want to read that. Definitely didn't want to know that. Paul is living with his parents. That's the reason they didn't get the babies. Well, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? John is too concerned about being friends with 90-day cast. Listen, I could care less. I'm gonna lie to you guys, man. Like, since I've started doing this, I've had like a few people follow me. Well, I say a few people. I've had about 2 or 3, I think. No, about 3. 3 90-day. Actually, no, that's a lie. 2 90-day people follow me. One person from Sister Seek and Wife, but I'm like, it's nice that you follow me, but trust me when I tell you, my content is staying the same. If you dare to have a conversation with me, so we can, trust me, I'm not the one. You can't manipulate me. Okay, I'm here to be authentic, and that's it. Not to be as authentic as possible. I'm here to be authentic. You know what I mean? ain't no cast member trying to sway me to changing the way I say things. Come on now, are you mad? But anyway, let's continue.
I've gathered this today in the hours that I've been made aware of this. Paul has given different accounts to different people. He's spoken to many people. I don't know if he has spoken to the Metro Police Department, but right. He's spoken to TMZ. He's spoken to several different bloggers, and each blogger he has told a different story to. Now, what's interesting, and I went and watched Auntie's advice, her live that she just did, and I linked it in the video that I just put out, but she actually said that she heard a child on, like, in the background.
Right.
And I think 90 Day, the Melanated Way, also said that they heard a child in the background. So Paul telling John Yates that the children are being put up for adoption, they're in foster care, is just not true.
Right.
And now he's telling TMZ that he actually has Pierre. It's all a big misunderstanding, and they're on their way back to Louisville. But, and you have experience with like law enforcement and security and stuff like that, it just seems very bizarre to me that this child was listed missing June 8th. And yeah, like what has presumably Louisville Metro Police Department been doing these last 3 weeks to try to contact Paul? Has been very active on social media. Maybe not very active, but he's been doing his usual stuff, right, like promote cameos and stuff. He's been doing cameos.
I mean, listen, first and foremost, we got to talk about Do you know what actually frustrates me the most? When children are involved what frustrates me is maybe how things are dealt with. And, you know, she made a fair point in there. She made an absolute fair point there about how Pierre's been reported missing since the 8th of June. We are only finding about it today, right? I only knew about it today, okay? And to be fair, that's via Reddit, so shout out to Reddit for that one, to be fair. That is nearly a month. And so many points are made here, you know. Within that time, what has been done by the law enforcement? And also in that time, what has Paul been doing? Because again, Paul has been on and off active on social media. Obviously, for me in particular, I'm trying to follow him, but yeah, man's got his thing private right now. So I don't know what he's been doing this whole time. What I want to know is, right, okay, so here's the thing. What I want to know is that when Paul has been leaving his home, let's go with the narrative that, yes, Pierre is with him. What has he been doing? What has Pierre been doing when Paul's had to leave the house, potentially, to go and get food? Oh, but then again, if Paul's been living with his mum, then that means the kid would have stayed with his mum, yes, whilst he went out, or vice versa. Shit. Man. I just don't understand people. Why do people have to get kids involved, man? Like, why? Why? You know, a part of me wonders this. All right, cool. Karine. Okay, Karine obviously wants to be a mother. I'm not going to take that away from her. I know she wants to be a mother. So I'm not going to take that away from her in any kind of way, right? But I feel like for Paul, is he doing this because he genuinely does not want to lose his kids? Or is he doing this because he doesn't want to lose his kids because of the public eye? Because of the judgment that would come from it based on the public eye? You see what I'm saying? Because there is a fine line then, isn't there? A fine line when that happens. So that's the other question that I have as well. It's a very sticky situation. It's a very challenging one. Because right now we are in a position where we can run with so many different narratives with what we think of the intentions behind what is happening right now. And it's crazy because I'll tell you this now. I will be the first person to tell you this now. When it comes to thinking about possibilities, I will think of the darkest possibilities that could be happening when it comes to these children. Why? Because I don't want to ignore the possibility of certain things being a thing. I ain't here for the lighthearted. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing though. Right now, we know, based on what's been said, that it is being said that Pierre is 100% still missing. The authorities don't have him. Which means that there is that possible chance that Paul has got his children, or Pierre. Now, in terms of the other child, now remember, they've got 2 children, to be fair, 2 kids. In terms of the other kid, that kid apparently is actually in custody, but that's via this video here. So let's play some more and then we'll listen. But let me just see what you guys are talking about here in the chat. I do apologize for neglecting you, but hey, I'm so invested in this. One of those things. Some of the stuff are on their OnlyFans should have been enough to get the authorities involved. Straight up nasty. Wait, hold on. Oh, so Paul and Karine are on OnlyFans. All right. Okay. Sound Nose. What a name. How you doing? Where are the mother in all of this? Yeah, isn't Karine arrested right now? I wish you had looked into that. The last time I checked, Karine was arrested. That's the last time I checked. I don't know where she's at right now, but that was a while back. But I ain't no show for some reasons. Maybe he's really crazy and it wasn't just for 15 minutes. How you doing, Tristan? Welcome to the stream. All of them need to be locked up, sounds like 100%. Paul is an Aries. I mean, listen, Kim, let them know. Kim J. Libra, let them know. Could somebody let me know the original charges are with the children taken away because he kidnapped the baby? There has to be some crimes for children taken away. I mean, I don't believe there's any. Don't quote me this. I don't believe there's any charges against Paul. I don't believe that. I believe that there is speculation that Paul has his children, because there was definitely a conversation had about them potentially using them. But I don't believe there's a crime that's been committed per se. So I'm being very careful about what I'm saying, because there were certain things that I want to say that obviously are going to be generally my opinion, which I will say. But then there's certain things that I don't want to say as if they're factual and then be spreading some slight misinformation. Do you see what I'm saying? So some questions you may ask are maybe like, let me not really say too much, because I want to be 100% of them. Karine was live last night. Well, there you go. So Karine is obviously somewhere. There you go. Karine's live somewhere. So there you go. So yeah. Is it speculation that Pierre is really missing, or is the children in the custody of his court? Well, according to reality. Let me show you this. As you can see here, according to Reality Squad, please stop spreading misinformation. I have a video with all info on what we know so far in a little bit. Continue to spread awareness to be on the outlook for Pierre. His safety is what is important. Okay, so right now, based on this, it is not a rumor. It is not a speculation. It is a genuine fact. Okay, now I just realized something. I just realized, because I skipped this video, is gonna go way back to the beginning. Let me see. I'm hoping we was about here somewhere. I hope it was about here somewhere. I just realized flicking over there just affected that. But yeah, anyway, let's get into it, man.
Seriously, to say, oh, like, well.
Thank you for the super chat, Trisha. Hi everybody. Happy 4th of July. Today's the 2nd of July. I'm assuming you're saying happy 4th of July when it comes. I got you. Come on now. What day is the 4th of July? I'm assuming that's not a date that we're live, are we? What day is that? 4th of July. Oh yeah, that's a Monday still. Okay, big times. Right, listen, everyone, listen. Like Tammy said, let's get to 90 likes, okay? Let's get the likes popping up and going, okay? Right, okay, let's continue.
You know, Paul's doing cameos. The child's not missing. Well, if nobody knows where Paul is, and on that cameo it's like 3 minutes long, Paul's like, oh, my mom's calling for the 3rd time. Does his mom even know where he is?
Right. Well, he told John Yates that he was supposedly at the courthouse with his mother. So
yeah.
How did you go from you were just at the courthouse last night with your mother to now you are in a completely different state? The times are not adding up. So a lot of the things that I'm hearing from people saying, oh, I called Paul or I DM'd Paul. I mean, we really have to take it with a grain of salt at this point, because there's times where I don't even think Paul really has a good grip with reality. It's my gut instinct that he is not a danger to the child, as in I don't think he's going to intentionally harm him. Now, granted, stuff like this, I would definitely operate under the assumption that he's going to, just to be safe. So I mean, yeah, I mean, and to answer some, I'm trying to like sporadically kind of look at what people are saying on the chat. The issue with, well, the law enforcement doesn't have them listed, but missing exploited children does. The problem is law enforcement tends to use missing exploited children database as theirs. It's a tool that law enforcement uses. And depending on how small or big or overloaded the PD is, sometimes information, like the people who work with the National Center for Missing Exploited Children have people around the clock doing this. So they are the most reputable resource for a reason. So for people to say, oh, they must have, maybe Paul put out a fake report, they would have noticed that. That's their whole purpose. So for people to say, oh, you know, he's just doing it for the clout, if that was true and there was not a real I guess substance to the matter of like this child is missing, then wouldn't have posted it. So the fact that the most reputable database arguably on the planet for missing and exploited children has listing up, to me says that it's a very real thing that he is not where he's supposed to be, if nothing else.
Trying to read this comment by Rachel Frederick. It's as if Paul, his mother, and Karine know exactly where Pierre is, but to go to the court and the news and claim such claims for attention to be drawn back to them as if they're concerned. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You know, I mean that is a good statement there. Way too many questions. I hope this little one is okay. But yeah, the fact is they got more than one kid as well. Let's not forget that. I hope they both feel the character is being attacked and looking for ways to get attention, when in reality their character is exactly who they are and have been sat at. So exactly. Now obviously I see Trisha says I don't know this couple. So Trisha, so just to give a few people a background story on who Karine and Paul is. To be fair, I believe Paul and Karine were probably in one of the, I think they were in the second season that I'd ever seen of them. But anyway, I remember watching them obviously in one of the early seasons that I watched. It was funny enough. I actually got into 90 Day Fiance during lockdown, to be fair, funny enough. Or a lot of us did, to be fair. But basically, from the season itself in particular, now obviously Paul is someone that, and it's something that I said earlier on in the video today that I uploaded, that Paul prior to 90 Day Fiance was someone that already had a criminal record for burning things down. So, you know, TLC already knew that this guy had a record because it was something that was shared on the show, TLC show itself in particular, which definitely did surprise me that they still had him on the show personally. Now, also on top of that, obviously Karine, you know, him and Karine definitely had a rocky relationship on screen, because I remember seeing them in Brazil and then Paul insisting that they move to the States because he felt like the States was going to be a better suit for them, and also he felt like he could get work. And I remember them moving from Brazil to the States, and then Paul couldn't get a single freaking job, and Karine was pissed. And because she was, I remember them arguing about it and her threatening to go back to Brazil, and I remember Paul not being very happy about it. Now, obviously, ever since that season in particular, I've heard things in the grapevine between them two, both going through domestic issues when it came to Paul and Karine. So that has been an ongoing thing since that season. And they've had many breakups as well. And sadly, on the show at the time, they only had one kid at the time. And even though they were going through their madness of toxic relationship, they then decided to have another kid, which is why they now have two kids. And one of the other kids is apparently in custody right now. But at the same time, so it's weird because apparently one of the other kids is in custody, but then Pierre is gone missing. It's a complete madness. But there's so much happening here. The fact is, though, this is a couple that we saw straight off the bat. They were always going to be unhinged, and there was always going to be absolute messery. That's me replacing the word. I wanted to say messery. Rather than yes. Someone is going to jail if the state is using resources to find this kid and the parent knows where he is. Wow, what a waste of resources. Oh, absolutely. I mean, personally, for me personally, if I was to just guess, this is not misinformation, this is me guessing, this is my opinion on what I think is happening. I think that Karine and Paul's behavior over the years has finally caught up with them, and I think that the law enforcement are finally here, and they have now started to issue some warnings to them about their children, and also about their living arrangement as well, and anything else that basically makes their environment unsafe for a kid. And I think that they've obviously heard these information, that they've been warned. So I think they ended up losing one child allegedly, because allegedly one child is already with the court. And I think after that, but it's kind of weird though, because I don't know how you lose one child to the court, but you don't lose the other one. That part doesn't make any bloody sense, to be honest with you. Now that's just messed up my whole conspiracy now. Now I'm lost myself, because that doesn't make sense. But let me keep running my conspiracy anyway. But for some weird reason, they lost one child to the courts, but they still kept another one. But because they didn't want to lose the other one, that's when they thought, hey, do you know what? Let's make a plan. Let's just pretend that the kid's gone missing, when in reality, we've got him at home, chilling. Yeah. Do you know what? None of this adds up, man. Oh, wow. None of this adds up. None of this adds up. Yeah, do you know what? The more I'm trying to deep it now, the more it's not even making. Oh shite! Do you know what? Paul is chatting. Listen. You know what? Paul is out here running rings around people. He's telling people different things. I don't know if there's anyone watching this that talks to Paul, but if Paul talks to you, whatever he tells you, he's lying to you, and do not put it on the internet, okay? Because we're already confused right here. We're already frustrated out here. We don't need any more confusion, any more frustration. But to be honest with you, despite the confusion and frustration, let's just do, no matter what, let's keep it simple. Pierre is missing, and if you see him, call the number that is needed, okay? And I believe the number is 502-574-7111. And you click on option 5, okay? That's what I'm going to say anyway. I've seen too many Law & Order episodes to not think this will end badly. Sadly so. Paul has a criminal record, was living at home with his mummy, and a work ethic. He was perfect for 90-day fiance. You know what, Tammy? You're speaking levels there. Thank you for the super chat once again, Trisha. Diamond, yeah, Kobe and M are bad. I still can't stand Memphis. Laugh out loud. Angela is my favorite villain. You got a favorite villain? Jesus, man, I don't have a favorite fucking villain. I only started watching 9 Days Fiance because of Angela. She plays a great villain. Damn, man. Yeah, nah. I don't have a favorite villain, man. That ain't happening, man. I won't lie to you. I don't like no members in general, man. Love your channel and all the viewers and subscribers, always keeping up to date with the true facts. I'm glad we have this channel to communicate and voice our opinions. Just chat it up. Yes, Rachel, let them know. Let them know. Chat it up, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Come on now. But let's continue and see what else is being said here. I do apologize. I do think I skipped the part though when I tried to find where we left off at, but it's just okay.
Right. And it's just okay. Return home, and we're just totally not even considering Karine in all this. Karine last night posted, "Hey everyone, happy Friday." Posted a video of her watching Stranger Things. Ma'am,
listen.
like your kid. Where are your kids? And. So it's like, it's so bizarre, this whole situation, because, Karine apparently doesn't really think it's pertinent or a serious situation, gathering from just like her social media activity in the last 24 hours.
It's facts upon facts. Thank you for the super chat there. Remember, Paul wore a condom whilst swimming in Brazil. A man that's scared of his shadow means he's not gone far. Yikes, madness. I don't remember him doing that, to be honest with you. Honestly, I must have been daydreaming at that part, and I'm happy that I was daydreaming when that happened on the episode. Do you know what I mean? But just to go back to what Reality Squad is saying here, to be fair with you, the fact that Karine was live, Karine, I just call it Karine, but yeah, Karine was live. Not live, sorry, was obviously active on social media. Do you know what? Look at this way. Look at this way. The fact that it's nearly been a month, and Karine has been online, Paul has been online. They've both been active. It tells me how much they are not that bothered. Oh wait, Esbolo, you're from the UK. I just realised you super chatted me in pounds. What's going on, man? Fellow Brits in the building. Come on now. I don't see many Brits here, or at least not many Brits super chat me. Anyway, you're tight, morphos. British people, man, so tight with their monies. So with that being said, the fact that there's this chilled demeanor that we're picking up now, chilled vibe we're picking up from Karine and Paul, tells me even more that they probably know exactly where Pierre's at. Look at it this way. Look at this way. If your child had been missing for nearly a month, you wouldn't be on social media saying, "Hey guys, how you doing?" You would be on social media asking people for help, if anything. You know what I mean? You're going to be begging for help, pleading for help. You're going to be saying, "Guys, come on, help me out here, da 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 da." You're not going to be acting casually. The casualness is what's bothering me. The casualness is what's making it unsettling. Do you see what I'm saying? So, and the casualness is what's making me believe more and more that if anything, there is a chance that they both know exactly where their children, where Pierre is, which is with them. Oh, it's a madness. Shandell, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Brits in the house. Come on now, let's not mess about. Paul has no money. He couldn't have gotten far. Yikes. Oh man, but man, let's get into this one, man. Like, do you know what? Do you know what the crazy thing is? You know when people say there's always a phrase of never judge a book by its cover. But the fact is, though, there are some covers you just can't help but judge. And I remember watching the season with these two. I remember when I first saw them two on 90 Day Fiance. I was looking at these two, and I said to myself, something ain't right with these two. But to be fair, more specifically, I said to myself, something definitely ain't right with Paul. 100% I said that to myself, and I said to myself, something dodgy is gonna happen with this guy. Something is going to happen with him. And I remember watching the season, right, being nervous that he was going to lay hands on Karine because of the way she was talking to him once they moved to the States, and the way he was with her and the kids. I just had that feeling. Now, obviously, that hasn't happened towards the kids, which is fantastic. But of course, we know that's happened between them two. And now look at where we are. Look at where we are. Prison may be a blessing for Paul. You never know. Prison may be a blessing for real. You never know. Okay, this is Auntie's advice spoke with Paul, and baby Pierre was in the background. AA reported Paul, so he'll be caught soon and go to. Oh, that's fantastic. That is fantastic. JY is the only name AA won't say on it. Oh, damn. Okay, so there's a bit of a drift between Auntie's advice and John Yates. Oh, okay. There's a little bit of controversy. Well, listen, don't be that, mate. Listen, I'm definitely not going to be in controversy in either one. So I stay in my lane. You know what I mean? I do my own little thing. You know what I mean? But to be fair, though, I wouldn't want to go all war with me personally. I'm evil. I'm the devil, yes. Anyway, but yeah, no, I'm happy to hear though that Auntie's advice did call. It did report him. To be fair, do you know what I mean? Let's have a look here. Everyone hit like. We want Madzie to do more live streams. Oh, here we go. Okay, we're putting the peer pressure on again for the live stream. Listen, you get a live stream every Friday. I mean, every Sunday, right? Come on now, okay? So tomorrow, we're going to be live. So, you know what I'm saying? So make sure you come across for that one still. Don't mess about. But yeah, thank you for the likes right now. And thank you for everyone that's in the live stream right now as well, okay? But anyway, let's continue.
Did put out that statement today saying that she's listening to law enforcement and she's going to be making a statement soon or going live soon.
Right.
But I mean, if your child is missing, I would be like,
right,
coming unglued.
So I have two trains of thought on this. One is my professional brain and one is my parental brain. I'm much more abrasive than you are, so please tell me if I say anything too rude. I cannot stand Karine. I think Karine is arguably more harmful to her children than Paul is. My professional brain is going the route of she's not allowed to comment on an active investigation, and in order to prevent her saying possibly the wrong thing, they're telling her, hey, just don't say anything. Just leave it alone. We'll figure it out. When you are allowed to say something, we will tell you. We will prepare a statement, all that kind of stuff. That's fine. Okay. My brain is, if my child has gone missing and I'm not allowed to say anything, I'm not going to say anything. But I'm also not going to post videos of me kicked up on the couch watching Stranger Things because I want to know where my baby is. That's my problem with it. So if you're not going to say anything, don't say anything at all. just put out a post, turn off comments on it, and say, hey, I'm going through a personal family crisis right now that I'm not allowed to comment on. I will get back to everyone as soon as I can. God bless. Perfect. That's all I need to hear. So that's what I don't understand, is if you're not allowed to say anything, don't say anything, because you are posting videos of you kicked up on the couch watching Stranger Things. You are now opening up the door for people to say either A, you don't care, or B, you're in on whatever's going on, if there is some kind of shenanigans going on. So I think she's causing more issues by going the route that she's currently going.
Now, I have another question, because if Paul, how could Pierre be missing with Paul, right? If Paul has custody?
That's the hard part.
Why is Paul not just out of town looking for, what he says he's doing? How is it that Pierre should be somewhere? Why can't him being on the road with Paul be legitimate?
So, and again, I'm not a lawyer. I do not work in child advocacy or custody rights. I'm literally just trying to put this together as I go along. The only way I can gather that the child is listed as missing while in the possession of in the custody, sorry, I don't like using possession, in the custody of his father, is that his father does not have custodial rights at the time. So happened to the point where it was like, because I know he...
What is custodial rights? I don't know what custodial rights. The guy who's talking is Reality TV by Jake. So his name's Jake, basically. But yeah, Reality TV by Jake, basically. What is... Yeah, what did he say? What is that? Can somebody explain what is custodial rights? Yeah, what he said. Custodial... Yeah, that word he said. Okay, yeah. Can somebody explain it, please? Yeah. Oh, custody rights. He said something else. I'm sure he said some other long ass word. It means that Paul no longer has custody of the children. Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you so much. Let's proceed.
Just got full custody December of 2021. So did something happen? I mean, I'm seeing things of like, because of certain videos that have come out, his custody rights were temporarily removed, or they were put under the care of the states. This whole up for adoption thing is completely false. Kids don't just magically go right up for adoption. So either he lied or he misspoke. But the kids just don't go up for adoption overnight. So what my best guess is that his custody was taken away, or maybe he was on some kind of limited, supervised, visitation, and he has violated that. So that's my best guess, is that he is either outside his window of custody or just does not have custody at all, and that the baby is supposed to be within the custody of the state. That's just my guess. I'm feeling what
I I don't want to be an alarmist. I want this all to be just like such a blown out of proportion situation. That is the best case scenario, that we are just hysterical viewers. We've totally like overblown things. That is the best case scenario for this situation. What I am about, and something you said, that like, you don't think Paul would cause harm, and I don't necessarily either. I hope not. We have seen situations like the Dear Zachary situation. We've seen situations like with Susan Cox Powell, where desperate parents do desperate things.
Yes.
And if there is a situation where the state has deemed Paul and Karine and Paul's parents to not be fit, it's just, it worries me. Like a whole month. It's been almost a month. Yeah.
No, I mean,
So Tammy Little just said this totally feels like a publicity stunt by TLC. As far as I'm concerned, these two no longer have any relationship with TLC, from what I understand. So I don't feel like it is a stunt by TLC per se. But to be honest with you, if it was, this would be a disgusting one that would probably force a lot of people to go against their network. So it's highly unlikely. I believe it's highly unlikely that it is a this has anything to do with TLC. So let's not put that out there. You know what I'm saying? Let's completely cancel that away. But yeah, let's continue.
Like I said, to me, the best case scenario is always, let's just prepare for the worst, hope for the best kind of thing. I mean, I would love to, not physically, but figuratively crack open Paul's skull and just say, what is going on in here? I think it's very interesting. I try not to knock on the guy because he's clearly suffering from something. I have my issues with mental illness, and I try to be empathetic of that. So it's just, I just don't see him doing anything harmful toward the child. Everyone brings up his arson charge, but yes, that's wrong, but nobody was in the building as far as I know. Like, it's not like he was trying to hurt anybody. He was being a dick and he deserves to be in jail, yes, but
What? Is this guy okay? Does he need help? Oh. Clearly, he doesn't understand how a fire works. Whether or not people were in the house that Paul burnt down, fire has the ability to do that one thing. Yes, it's called spread. That fire could have spread to anyone. And the fact is, okay, so somebody tell me, what does Paul being an arsonist, what's that got to do with his child as well? That's completely off topic. I might as well just get Jabril on the show so he can talk about things that's off topic. I don't think that's relevant, to be honest with you, in any kind of way. It's not relevant in any kind of way. But okay. Okay. Anyways, it's nearly over this one anyway. Let me just round it up. It's nearly over this video, so let's just round it up real quick.
But it wasn't an active attempt to hurt somebody. So it's a very wild case to me because it does seem to have come out of nowhere. Things have been active for at least like the missing person thing has been active for so long. So I'm actually currently waiting on Paul to accept my follow request because I unfollowed him a while ago because of his late shenanigans with the children, and that's my no-fly zone. But yeah, I mean, it's
so Paul's account. I follow Paul, so I didn't realize his account is now private.
Oh, okay. I wonder if
I don't know.
Private now. Okay. Let me check my Instagram and see if he has accepted or not, because I know some cast members don't like me. Let's see. No, his name is not Jason, it's Paul Jason. Yeah, he still hasn't accepted it, which tells me that maybe he's
he might be told to stay off Instagram if he was listening to any advice of any, like, if a mother or attorney or something.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I mean, he should not. It bothers me that he was even given custody in the first place. I don't think Paul nor Karine are fit to be parents. And I've been seeing things online about that. There was some video or something of one of the children being passed a glass that presumably had alcohol in it. So apparently his parents aren't good people either. I mean, it's just rough all around.
I have to wrap up here, but we will continue to keep everyone posted as stuff.
All right, cool. So. Hold a minute. So let's have a look here. I think the arson is relevant. It shows a complete lack of self-control. He's willing to put others in danger to prove a point when hurt. He's dangerous. Now, here's the thing, you see, I agree with what you've said, because you brought up his arson with a good point of view of how it can be dangerous. Jakey boy over here brought up arson in a different way. He brought it up in a way to excuse Paul's behavior. You know, and what you're saying makes a whole lot more sense. Well, no, it makes sense. What he said made no sense. It was irrelevant. You know what I mean? So I definitely agree with what you're saying there. Let's see what else you guys are saying in this chat right here. To be fair though, I know I haven't seen the video, but I know she actually did upload a video herself in particular. The young lady we just listened to, talking about what we know so far in terms of the situation. You know, involving you know, obviously what's happening here. I think we're gonna you know, we'll go and check out her video, to be fair, as well, while we're here. Why not? Let's see what she's got to say that maybe you know, obviously I didn't say, and I don't know, you know what I mean? So yeah, we'll pop that there. We'll play that in a second, but let me see what you guys are talking about here first. Okay, I think people go too far by starting go too far by starting about serial stuff. There is still too much we don't know. Yeah, there's still a lot more we don't know 100%. It's funny though, right? The amount of people that I've seen come into this live stream, right, at random times and keep saying, Auntie's advice, Auntie. It's like, trust me, we know, everyone has said that for so long. And someone else saying about 90-day melanated as well. That's another channel too. I've never heard of that person, to be fair. That's a new one to me. Paul needs serious help. Paul is in new trouble. Bring back the baby. 100%. There has been some severe violence and abuse. Or abuse, sorry, yeah, or abuse, yes. Rename it to 90-day show. The cars keep sinking to new lows. So let's check out what this young lady had to say anyway, and then we'll go from there.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. Again, you guys haven't fixed my backdrop yet because I've been busy all morning researching for this.
So this is the young lady that we just saw a second ago in the video that I showed you, by the way, who goes by the name of Reality Squad, so you know.
Video because we need to talk about Pierre Staehle. He is the son of Paul and Karine from 90 Day Fiance, and he was reported missing on June 8th. This is a bizarre.
Let's go, guys. I see we've got 94 likes and we've got over 160 people watching. So let's make it happen, man. Let's make it happen. Let's make that that 94 become 100. Come on now, 150 would be better, but let's get into it.
Story with.
Oh yeah, and of course, if you're new to the channel and you're still here watching me, clearly means you want to subscribe, because why else would you still be here? So of course, if you're new to the channel and you're still watching me right now, then of course you want to subscribe. Why else would you still be here? I'll tell you one more time, if you're new to the channel and you're still here, then clearly you want to subscribe with notification bell on, because why else would you still be here? Exactly. Which also means that clearly if you're still here, there's no reason for you to not like the video. I have a conspiracy with the people that don't like the video. I think those are the silent viewers who leave the video playing and they go off on their walkies, doing what they gotta do, and then they forget to like. Come back and like the video, okay, you little walkies. Come back now. I see you silent viewers. The sly ones, come back and like it. Don't be afraid now, okay? It's not gonna hurt what you're doing. But let's continue.
Conflicting reports about what is actually going on, and we are going to try to suss out what we know, and we will go from there. This is a developing story. I will keep you guys updated as things happen. So here's what we know to be true. Pierre Staehle was reported missing June 8th, 2022, and he is believed to be in the company of his father, Paul. Because there was so much contradiction going on online and on social media, I actually called the Louisville Metro Police Department myself to inquire if Pierre was an active missing child, and they told me that indeed he is an active missing child believed to be in the company of Paul. So they are actually searching for Paul and Pierre. Now, Paul has been active on social media this whole time. I also asked the police department about him possibly being in foster care, and they told me that they have checks and balances. So for instance, if a child enters foster care or enters the custody of CPS, they will check to see if there is a missing persons report on that child and vice versa. So if Pierre is listed as an active missing child, that means he is not in foster care. There are bloggers who have said that they have talked to Paul, they have been in contact with Paul, and ultimately, if you have had contact with Paul, or if you have contact with someone who says they have had contact with Paul, I just really urge you to do the right thing and contact the Louisville Metro Police Department, because they need to know all of the information, no matter how frivolous it may seem. They just need all of the information. So let's start with the missing persons flyer that is up and active on the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. So Pierre was born March 22nd, 2019. He is 3 years old. They say he's believed to be traveling in the company of his father, Paul, and Pierre was reported missing June 8th, 2022. So he has been missing for almost a month. During that time, however, here is a cameo that Paul did on June 14th, 6 days after Pierre was listed as missing, where you can hear Pierre crying. Like, Paul in the cameo says that it's Pierre crying in the background.
Weston, Michael Weston, Burnos. So Elenia, I'm so sorry, I'm probably running up with this. So on the 22nd, you turned 26. Life advice. I don't know, cut things in the bias and do my boom boom. Pierre's here. He's a little upset because he wants the phone, and I'll explain why here in a minute. Dating for 4 years. Is the kindest, most loving, perfect partner ever asked for, obviously. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Weston. Happy birthday to you. Explain to you why Pierre is so sorry.
Wait, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Wait, hold on. You're telling me someone paid for that cameo? Let me just go back a little bit. Hold a minute. I just want to go back. Let's just rewind. Rewind. Okay, we're here now. So, what I want to know is this. So, Paul and Karine both went on 90 Day Fiance, made an absolute tit of themselves on 90 Day Fiance. Sorry, I just paused again. My apologies. That wasn't even meant to. They went on 90 Day Fiance, made a complete tit of themselves on 90 Day Fiance, showed us all the red flags possible why they shouldn't be together, showed us all the red flags of why they should have never had a child in the first place, all the red flags of why they shouldn't have a second child. And since then, they have decided to have, since then, they're now making money off of, one, OnlyFans. Can you imagine? These two are making money off OF. And then also on top of that, they're now also, he's making money from cameos. And that is how he's presenting himself on a cameo. There wasn't even a single effort on there. I'm up there, do you? Oh, shut that. Yo, and you know what though, man? I'm in the wrong business. You know what I need to do? I need to start myself my own cameo, to be fair. Because I can tell you this now, man. If I did a cameo, I'd do a better job than that. God damn, man. I'll make it animated, all sorts. But nonetheless, though, why we're here because of the baby in the background. The baby in the background is the reason why we're here listening to this cameo. Thank God that is why we listen to the cameo. Because if I was listening to this cameo so I can listen to this clown flipping sing happy birthday like there's no tomorrow, I mean, boy, man, I'd have talks with the creator. I'd be like, why are you putting this in your video for? Okay, I don't want this. This is nonsense. But anyway, but nonetheless, though, let's continue. Yeah, both of them have been relying on social media for money for years. Can you believe it?
So Pierre has a tablet that he loves, his iPad mini, and I had it charging, and he took the charger and broke it, so I couldn't charge it, so when it died, it was dead. So then, I gave him my phone to use to play with, and I'll show you here, he threw it down and cracked it. So now, all it does is this, it does this. If you can see it or not, it literally just gets real bright, and that's all it does.
Don't you just love the way he's made a cameo with his baby in the background crying. And so there's two problems here. Actually, there's many problems here, but let me name a few. Problem number one is that he's made a cameo when he shouldn't be making cameos. Problem number two is that he's made a cameo with no effort whatsoever. Problem number three is that he's made a cameo with his child in the background crying. And then problem number four, which is the biggest problem, the more, he's ignoring, or whoever's there with him is completely ignoring the baby crying and not even attending to the baby to try and calm the baby down. Wow. Wow. Talk about your money's well spent, right? A guy who sends you a VN, a guy who sends you a cameo of him making no effort, baby crying in the background, and then also not even attending to the baby. And this guy wonders why the authorities want to take away their kids. And this is just minor. The baby crying, but he wonders why. What they've also done OF with the baby in the background. No way. They've done OF with the baby in the background too, and you're about to pee me off, man. You're about to pee me off. You're moving mad now. You are moving absolutely bonkers. Come on now, man. Put some respect on your child. How can you be doing come on now, man. Come on, don't be disrespectful like that. What's this about? Is this what we're doing now? Is this what life has come to now? People are that desperate to make money on the internet that they'll even put their baby on. You know what though? This is ticking me off, because the fact is though, we live in a world where we already have family vloggers who use their children anyway, whether it be YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, you name it, to make money. But now we're having people legit doing whatever they're doing on OF while the baby's in the background. I mean, listen, I don't know if you guys know about this terrible YouTuber who's not on YouTube anymore, Shadow of Christ. That's another person who made OF thingies while the child was literally in the next door. Oh, come on now, man. No. It's becoming worse upon worse. Worse upon worse. The kids are never asleep when he goes live at all hours. Did you get him tested yet? Oh. One way to take the kid, and not the second one. Yeah, she's back on YouTube. Oh wow, wallahi, she's back on YouTube, you know. Damn it. Oh, anyway, let's just continue.
That's it. Or it blinks like this, or just quiet. So my phone's dead. So I got his being replaced, and then I got to deal with going and get my phone replaced. I'm down to one cell phone now.
When the video clip of Karine hitting Paul came out, Pierre was right next to her and didn't seem fazed at all. I'm sure he's been in a physically abused household all his life. Life, man. What does it come to?
My emergency backup production phone, or backup phone. And he wants that phone. Now he wants this phone to watch YouTube on. So he's throwing a huge fit because he wants his phone to watch YouTube on, and he's really upset about it. So anyway, wish you the best. Anytime, life advice: always let your partner try whatever idea they have. Always let things go. Don't bring it past. Just make things a little worse. My mom's calling a third time now. Wow, mom's calling me nonstop. Pierre yelling for the phone, and mom's calling me nonstop. And my other phone's going crazy because someone's messing me on WhatsApp. So anyway, one more time. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Weston. Happy birthday to you, and many more. And let's see, I talk about customers, Angela and Dave and Annie, and gosh, a lot of family members, and a lot of other people I talk to as well on the show. But we get off here because he wants to watch his YouTube videos. He's going to watch Cartoon Network, little guy, and he's going to take a bathroom and like that. He lost his phone so bad. But anyway, wish you guys the only video, let me know. Glad we do free charge this month. This is our original wedding rings, and this is actually blessed by a priest in the village where Karine grew up, as well as the church where I grew up at. So International Jesus Movement, National Marriage, International Love. Hopefully it helps, but I don't know. Anything can happen through Jesus. So we will see if Jesus can fix this marriage. I don't know. We'll see. Wish you the best, you guys. Hit me up anytime.
And TMZ actually just
The fact that he's religious says it all for me. I won't lie to you. The fact that he's religious says it all for me. That's that. That is that. Just that alone just is the epitome. Every single, a lot of these evil people in this world, they all are religious. They do all these things, and then they go to the booth, to this, Father, I have sinned. Please forgive me. Father, I have sinned. I've been a terrible parent. Paul's the kind of fool that will go to church. Father, today I have sinned. I have decided to burn the house down. Please forgive me. Okay, my son, you are forgiven. Your slate is now clean. Comes back again. Father, I have sinned. I have gone to Brazil and I've married a woman. And we have a child. And we are not good parents because we physically harm each other. It's okay, my son, I forgive you. You have been, you're refreshed, malarkey. Thank you. Goes back again. Father, I have sinned. So I have now taken my own child hostage. What shall I do? Don't worry, my son. All will work out for his best. This is why I be saying anti-religions all the time. People wonder why I'm so anti. Like, come on now, man. A lot of evil people love it. Love this religion stuff. They like to use it as stupidity. Nonetheless, though, we got over 170 people here right now. Please make you hit the like button, okay? Listen, man. Like, anyway, let's just continue, man. This is.
Released an article about an hour ago, so I'm gonna pull that up because they say that they have spoken to Paul himself, so let's see what they have to say. It says the 90 Day Fiance star tells TMZ he's aware he and his 3-year-old have officially been reported MIA in Louisville, Kentucky, made public in a since deleted bulletin posted by Missing People in America. But it actually is still active on the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Pierre's poster is still listed, and I confirmed earlier that he is an active missing person with the Louisville Metro Police Department. Says Paul denies he's kidnapped and fled with his own kid, saying they simply were on a long work trip together dating back to early June and that Pierre is safe. Paul, who says he's had in recent months sole custody of his 2 children, Pierre and Ethan, whom he shares with his ex-wife Karine, explains that he's been bouncing around these past few weeks between Pennsylvania and Florida with Pierre as Paul, I think it says PS, so as Paul seeks work. The reason he brought Pierre with him for this journey, he says, is because the kid suffers from extreme separation anxiety. Since they left, the local CPS officials have taken custody of his other son, who was staying with Paul's mom, we're told, and then filed a missing persons report with cops. Louisville Metro PD confirms to TMZ they took the report. As for what's going to happen now, Paul tells us he and Pierre are headed back to Louisville Stat to deal with this mess, and he hopes to regain custody of his children on his own or through his folks by going to court, which he'll do in the coming weeks. Okay, so there's just so much of this story that makes no sense, but it's so early on. Like, the news just broke that Pierre is missing, but he's been listed missing for almost a month at this point, and there's just so many conflicting stories. So this video is just a really, really early gathering of all of the information that we know so far. So allegedly, Paul.
Let me process this real quick. Let me process this real quick. Let me just, he told TMZ what? So your child's been reported missing for a month, but you're now basically telling TMZ that your child has not been missing for a month and that you've got your child. So I'm a bit baffed here. So it's if your child has been missing for a month, near enough, or your child hasn't been missing at all. This poor guy, man, he's a tool. This guy is running rings around people, man. He's telling people all sorts of things. He's bouncing from Pennsylvania to Florida. That's a long way. I wouldn't know.
Told blogger John Yates that his kids were in foster care and that they were being put up for adoption, but that is actually proven false by this cameo and what he actually even told TMZ. What's also very strange is that Pierre has been missing, listed missing for almost a month at this point, and nobody, like Paul, not Karine, nobody has really made any kind of fuss on Instagram. Everything's kind of been business as usual. Paul's been doing cameos, Karine's been posting. It's really bizarre that if your kid is literally unaccounted for, what is going on? So Karine posted this to her Instagram stories this morning, and it's in Portuguese, so I plugged it into Google Translate, and this is what it says. It says, official announcement. In the last few days, there have been some news about the current situation of Karine, her children, and her ex-husband. We communicate that at the moment, Karine is doing well and following as she was guided by the law, and that she is grateful for the affection and strength sent by all the fans who accompany her. Finally, we warn you that as soon as possible, Karine herself will speak on social media through a live to reassure all those who accompany her during these years. Take that for what you will. Paul, for his part, posted this in the middle of the night last night. If two parents have their kids taken, the grandparents or relatives should be allowed to have temporary custody. To ban the grandparents from the children as well as the natural parents is very sad. Well, Paul actually is in possession, for lack of a better word, of his son Pierre. He has confirmed that to TMZ. So it looks like there's just all these conflicting reports going on at this time. I hope that Paul is telling the truth to TMZ, that he is on his way back to Louisville to sort everything out. As a mom, it just like the safety of Pierre is paramount here. And it's just, if the reason why I wanted to come on here and make this video is because if people are out there saying that Pierre is a ward of the state or in foster care or something like that, and he is in fact missing, then people will not be having their eyes and ears out for clues and potentially reporting those to police. So I called and I confirmed that yes, Pierre is considered missing. He is not in foster care. He needs to be recovered safely. So that is why I wanted to come on here and just kind of dispel some of the misinformation that is going around on social media. Pierre had, as of now, even though Paul has told TMZ that he intends to head back to Louisville, as of now, Pierre is still considered a missing child, and I'm assuming that means that Paul is wanted for questioning in regards to the whereabouts of said missing child. I will continue to keep you guys updated. Sorry this video was a little bit more haphazard. There's just so much information going around right now, and I wanted to get what we know so far out as soon as possible. Make sure you're following me on Instagram, especially because I am updating there in real time as fast as I possibly can. So if you're following this situation and you're as invested in the safety of Pierre as I'm sure most of you are, make sure you follow me there. Have a good one, you guys. I'll catch you in the next video.
I've been informed that content creators, Auntie's Advice and 90-Day Menton Way have talked to Paul and have contacted authorities. Auntie's Advice will be linked in the description of the video. Where are we? Okay, let's have a look. Hey, 40 minutes. Hey, boy, listen, man. I'm gonna lie to you right now. It is 11:49 p.m. UK time, so that's 10 to 12. I'm gonna turn it on. Watch a little bit of it. I'll probably skim. If anyone's got timestamp, let me know. But I definitely won't be watching the whole thing because, boy, I am too tired. Obviously, I wasn't meant to go live today, but I thought I'd go live because, you know, there was so much information coming out. It was easy for me to go live rather than to make a video. But anyway, let's watch a little bit of it and see what we can get through. Yeah. Way too many questions. Who reported him missing? If he's the father, he has a right to bring his son wherever he wants, unless custody has been taken away. I don't understand. Darling, you must be new to this. Yes, he has. The custody has been taken away from Paul. That's pretty much what's been going around right now. Let's have a look.
Well, hi everybody, and this is Auntie. I'm in my opinion, and based on the information I've collected, I'm asking you all to please be kind, considerate in the comment section, because this is a serious matter. References to 90-Day Fiance and all of that kind of stuff don't play into this right now. Like, this is a serious conversation, right? Mary, if you could just show me your hand so I can make sure you're here, then I'll begin. You can text me, Mary, or you can show your hand in the comment section. I need to know you're here before I start.
That long-awaited intro, though. Come on now. I don't know who Mary's at, but this is bad. We need to get bopping.
On edge is unbelievable. Okay, thank you. So, last night we all were gathered here based on a post that we all saw from a website for missing and exploited children. On that website, we saw a picture of both Paul and his son, who were allegedly missing. Not allegedly, missing. Excuse me, y'all. So I came out here, told Paul to turn himself in, do what he had to do, knick-knack, paddywhack, and give up the phone. After that, while I was live on the air, I sent him a text message and said, are you missing or no? See, because I don't play the games at all. And I want y'all to know that these people who are on 90-Day Fiance are not above the law. I also want to say that Paul is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Okay? He is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. But bitch, I called. And I'm going to tell you why I called. So after I got off the live with y'all last night, okay, I didn't even do an introduction. Hi, everybody. This is Auntie. If this is your first time being here, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. To all of my new subscribers, I so appreciate you all joining this channel and its family. To my nieces, my nephews, and my members who have been here with me for the long haul, I want to thank y'all for y'all continued support and y'all DMs and the true tea. So I sent an email, a DM to Paul when I was talking to y'all. I'm going to bring that up. Hold on, let me bring that up. And I said, are you missing or no? Remember? I did that live on the air. So this is a conversation between me and him. There's some bullcrap in the beginning. And I said yesterday at 11:21, are you missing or no? He says, it's a mess. I said, why are you on the missing and exploited list? I'm so pissed with you, Paul. He said, what's your number so I can just call and explain? My parents deserve the kids, if not me and Karine. So, of course, I sent him my phone number. And it took him a while to get back to me, and he got back to me. What Paul wasn't banking on was the instincts of a mother. He wasn't banking on me moving past what he was telling me to what my instincts were telling me. Once a mother, always a mother. I don't care how old your kids are. Bitch, you know when it's a child in a home when you're a mother. And I wanted to hear what this mofo was going to tell me versus my instincts. So I'm sitting there listening to him tell me this fairy tale about where these kids was. Now, according to him, both of the kids is in foster care. The baby one and the oldest one. But I hear cartoons in the back, bitch. Now, I know he's a Mickey Mouse collector. Him and Karine. But bitch, late at night, we ain't listening to cartoons if we ain't got to. When those kids asleep, or allegedly asleep, we looking at Netflix. We chilling. Clue number one for your auntie. You can't get nothing past a mama. Not a gap. Y'all know we got ears. Bitch, we can hear 3 blocks away. And although my child is grown, you never lose that. So I'm listening to him telling me that these kids is with a foster kid. He's been going through court and they're not supposed to be saying anything. So I'm like, so why the fuck is you on this list? Oh, well, it's backdated. You know, they couldn't get this out in time. I said, you lying mother. But I'm going along with the get along. So I'm just letting him ramble on with this story about that these kids are in a foster care. I said, are they together or no? No, one is with one and the other one was with the other. And they said that my parents weren't suitable, but then my parents was going down there. I said, okay, so why they not suitable? Because they too old. When you are trying to adopt a child at a certain age, thank you for the super chat, but I ain't gonna be able to read it. I'll click it on the screen for you, boo. Okay. When you are of a certain age and a child is of a certain age, you're not eligible to adopt. Let me repeat that for the people in the back who want to give out misinformation. You are not eligible to adopt a child when you have certain physical, I don't want to say disabilities, but inabilities to run behind no babies. You're not eligible to adopt because they're going to be looking at the out years. They're not looking at today. That's not their job. Their job is to look at the out years. Thank you, boo. Thank you, Shay Real. She said ailments. First of all, we seen you on television, and we know that your mama didn't really want to have nothing to do with your ass no way. Then he tells me this bull story about how he's working in Brazil and how, he took the reason why this came out on June 8th is because he had a job he had to do, and he took the little boy with him. And then when he took the little boy with him, they put something out, but wasn't no Amber Alert. If that was the case and you were just doing a drive-by with the little boy, would have been an Amber Alert. They don't do Amber Alerts for little kids, okay, that have been missing for a while. If what you were saying was true, there would have been an Amber Alert, and they'd pulled your ass over eventually. But wasn't an Amber Alert issue for it. Clue number 2. I said, was there an Amber Alert? No. So how the fuck? How the entire fuck? Okay, that's 2. Now, mind you, I'm using the instincts of a mother. I'm not coming from a content creator. I ain't coming from a YouTuber who covers 90 Days Fiance. I'm not coming from some fan, because I'm not a fan. I'm coming from the perspective of a mother. All the rest of that goes in the trash when you're a mother. I said, you got 2 strikes, mother. I said, so why did they put the kids together? Why is one place and the other one's another place? Because usually in foster care, not all the time, they put siblings together. Now, allegedly, you had custody of this child. You and Karine was going back and forth, and y'all was fussing about the kids. But then she decided to come up with a story and say she thought that you was going to offer. So the courts ruled, bitch. The courts ruled that neither one of y'all should have a child. But in the text message, the DM that I just showed y'all, he said my parents deserve them. That ain't your right. I told him none of y'all asses need them kids. You fucked up and she fucked up. But he wants to tell me about all her sins, her sexual sins. I don't care what she do with her JJ, long as mine ain't up in the air. I don't give a good God how many people she sleep with. And neither should you. Well, if she was smart, she would do this. And if she was smart, I said, well, why won't you divorce her? Since she's hoeing around to this person and hoeing around that person and digging ground up here and digging ground up there, why don't you divorce her? Well, I don't want to because I want her to get her citizenship. You mother. You done lost your mind. So where are the babies? Where really are the kids? I hear what you're telling me, but I don't believe a goddamn thing you're saying because now you're at strike 3 with me. Your parents deserve them. The courts dictate. Child Protective Service dictate who deserve them. And if you had full custody of your kids, why is one in foster care and the other one ain't? Riddle me that. Don't play with me. Because my mother instincts is out here on these streets. And then I thought I heard a voice. Then I thought I heard somebody playing by themselves. And I said, Auntie, you tripping like you tripping. Now, I know you hear, you thinking that you hear cartoons, but did you think that you heard a child's voice? Auntie, you got to be wrong because word on the curb and everybody putting down in your comment section saying another blogger declared the air. Fuck that. Excuse my language out here. If you've been with Auntie's advice, you know I got a little bit of spice in my commentary. Don't come in my comment section telling me what somebody else has said when I got a freaking direct access to Paul. I've been in this game just as long as he have. And I sat here yesterday and looked for that number. Y'all remember? I looked for the phone number yesterday. Bitch, I couldn't find it, but bitch, I found it. And I DM'd him. I said, Linda said, Auntie, advice. When I talked to him last night, there was a child crying in the background. I asked him about it, and he said, yes, there was a child with him. Well, thank you, Linda. Thank you, Linda. Because I'm telling you, when I was on that phone with him, I said, bitch, I think I hear a child. And y'all know how when your children are looking at television and they sitting Indian style or laying on the floor and they playing with their toys at the same time and they get to start talking about themselves and talking with the, you know, that type of what's going on in the background. Thank you, Linda, because it haunted me. Linda, it haunted me. I said, bitch, I know I heard a child in the background. If he's telling this other blogger and this other blogger who has no instinct on being a father, nothing, which I ain't faulting him for it. If he's telling him this and he's believing that and he got people in the comment section, then I know it's a lie.
That was definitely a reference to John Yates, to be fair. Definitely a reference to John Yates there. Maddie has her on 300 times speed. Come on now, listen. I know what she's saying, but now I'm just listening. Man. I think it's different because obviously, you know, this perspective that we're getting here, or at least I'm getting anyway, is coming from a mother, right? You know what I mean? Obviously, my perspective comes from a different kind of place, to be honest with you. My perspective comes from just how my life was, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, listen, to be honest with you, let's just continue. Let's continue. Hold on a minute.
Not the lie from the content creator, the lie from Paul, allegedly. Again, he's innocent until he's proven guilty. So I said, bitch, something's going on. I know I heard a child, but I just wanted him to continue his story. I asked him 5 times. I made sure I counted on my hands. Do you have that child? This bitch sat there and told me no 5 times. I said, okay. All right, then. But I'm going to come out and I'm going to do an interview and I'm going to talk. I said, well, you're not going to interview with me because you never have. You always want to keep the black woman in the back. Bitch, I said it. You want to keep the black African-American woman in the background where you can text her and, you know, maneuver through her, or at least you thought you could. You ain't never been able to punk me. You ain't never been able to punk me. But I told him straight up, I said, you ain't going to interview with me. You're going to go to the other one because that's where you're comfortable at. That's your safe place. And he don't look like me. What you're not going to do is blow smoke up in your face and think that, what? You're not going to play in my face. So long short to the story. As you all saw from the first matches, he said, my parents deserve them. He kept telling me about his parents who were already disqualified because of their age. Sorry. They were disqualified. Then he gonna say that the parents gonna get them, but they can only see them once a month. And he felt like it was a setup. And they let the kids stay with the parents for 2 days. And he thought it was a setup to see whether or not the parents was gonna allow him or Karine to go through. Paul, this is our conversation, but I'm all out here on these streets. Thank you, Linda. Appreciate you, boo. But see, he gonna interview with people that look like me and Linda. We the nannies in the background, you mother. But you know that Auntie ain't never been the one to play. I ain't never been the one to kiss their asses. I don't have to go to their houses. I don't need to eat dinner or lunch with these. I don't need to do that. I get my respect the way I get my respect. So I laid in the bed. I got off the phone with him probably almost 2. And the whole time I was trying to sleep, I was hearing children. And I ain't gonna cry on this, but I was hearing the cries of children. I said, Auntie, something ain't right. Paul got that boy. Paul got that boy. Now you come out here for the reviews and the giggles and all of that kind of stuff, but now this up in your face. And you got to make a decision about what you're going to do about this. So I DM'd him. Let me show y'all that. Mother, don't play with me. You ain't going to blow smoke up in my face and think I'm going to get high off of it. Because I don't do drugs. No way, no how. So I DM'd him. Now y'all can see there's a voice message at the top where he was calling about some boyfriend or some lover or something like that. About that. So I said, someone indicated that the baby is still with you. Are you sure that he is in a foster home? He said, Ethan, yes. Pierre is on way to my parents. Bitch, let me see which way to look. Bitch, you got that child. Ethan, yes.
Wait. That is baffling. So I thought that Pierre was with him, but Ethan was with the foster parents. Man, this whole situation got me scratching my head like, make it make sense. Now I'm just bamboozled. It's hard for me to follow what she says on this speed. Oh, come on, guys, man. The speed is good, man. I know what she said. Maybe my ears are just elite. Just elite. Okay, I'll slow it down. I'll slow it down a notch. I'll slow it down a notch. There you go. It's slowed down a notch.
Ethan is in a foster home, but Pierre is on way to my parents. I said, I thought you indicated that Ethan is in foster care. I'm glad that I asked because John said he's in foster care too. So you haven't turned over the kids? So you haven't turned over Pierre? How the fuck do you know where he's going? If he's in foster care or social services, they're not calling you and telling you where they're taking your child because at this point, they belong to the state and not to you. You've lost your rights to your children. Yes, they believe in reconnecting the families back together, but that's a long-ass process, bitch. I knew I heard a child in the back. I told y'all when I was laying in the bed and I was trying to sleep, I kept hearing babies crying. Mother's instinct. I said, this bitch told a whole ass lie. Now, when we were sitting there talking on the phone last night, he kept saying, I know I'm going to go to jail. But I'm going to try to, and this is all alleged, Paul. But you know what we talked about. And I gave you a courtesy and didn't record it because I don't do dirty stuff like that because I'm from the street. And from the street, snitches get snitched. So I ain't going to sit up there and record no conversation with you. But I'm going to tell you one thing, honey. I knew I heard a baby in the background. And the babies was crying out to
I mean, for me personally, I would have recorded the conversation because recording the conversation would have been perfect proof for the law, for the authorities. I think, to be honest, if you're going to report someone to the authorities, and if you want the authorities to take what you're saying seriously, the more proof, the more evidence that you bring forward, the more likely that they're going to listen to what you've got to say, and the more likely that they're going to obviously take seriously, obviously, you know, what you're bringing forward. So, to be honest with you, this whole snitches get stitches, all that kind of malarkey, like, yeah, to be honest with you, when it comes to children, and I'm in a position where I could potentially be saving a child's life or saving a child in general from a situation that just isn't pleasant in any kind of way, I would record that conversation. I wouldn't be putting my whole thing about snitches, blah, blah, blah. I could care less about that personally, myself in particular, if I was one of those people, you know. I used to be one of those people, like when I was a teenager, you know what I mean? But nah, not anymore. Nah. I realize, you know, like there's in life, there's a fine line with loyalty and just flat out just mugging yourself off. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that's the case here, but at the end of the day, that recording would have been beneficial. You know, I think that the recording would have been very, very beneficial for the law, not for content purposes, for the law itself particularly, because sometimes you gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta. You know, to get the law to actually make action, you gotta, you know, yeah, you know, sometimes do things that you wouldn't normally do. But anyway, let's continue. Paul and the baby are still missing and listed missing. Paul is not missing though. It's the child that's been missing, people. Okay, it's not. Shaniqua, man, be patient. Play the video, relax, Shaniqua, man. Obviously, I know that she reports him anyway, because obviously you told me enough times, trust me. And now people will come in like, watch on this video, she reports him. It's like, we know. But let's get into it.
to me when I was trying to sleep, and bitch, I couldn't sleep. So then after that, I said, okay. He said Pierre's on his way to his parents. Didn't they deem that the parents weren't fit for this child? Didn't he say to the other blogger that his parents were deemed unfit? Why the fuck are the kids on their way to his parents' house? Oh, bitch. Oh, bitch. Got a cell phone? We'll call. Got a cell phone? We'll call. Did call. And I spoke with the people. Yeah, Paul. I snitched. Bitch. Sure did. You ain't got to do a FOIA request. You ain't got to do none of it. I did it. I called. And I said, hello. How you doing? I'm a YouTuber who has an association with somebody I believe is harboring a child, or a child is missing and they missing, and, you know. Can I give you this baby's name, and can you tell me whether or not this is outdated, that, you know, because of COVID or some other reason that you all posted on July 1 happens to be old news? She said, sure. What's the baby's name? I said, Pierre. He gave the last name. She said, oh no, that child is still missing. I said, well, bitch, I got a text message. Come on, focus camera. I said, bitch, I got a DM. Bitch is hot. Bitch is hot like a hot potato. I said, I'm nervous now. I'm sweating. I don't usually sweat, but goddamn it, I'm sweating now. I got a text message that I need y'all to see. Now, I ain't saying that he got the baby. I'm saying that he know where the location of the baby is. This told everybody that the kid was in foster care. Now he's saying that the kid's going to the parent house. I'm confused. Like, well, I need to drop this hot potato on y'all. She said that baby is still missing. So why would Paul, melanated way, just say that she heard a baby in the background? It ain't Ethan because allegedly Ethan's in foster care. So it's got to be the other one because who the fuck gonna let him babysit their kid? The instincts of a mother, the instincts of a woman, the instincts. It goes past this crap. So she said, okay, let me get the information. I said, sure, the hell, yeah. What's the email address? How quick can I send it? Tell me when you get it. And then I call some other authorities. Because what you're not going to do is make a decision about this child's life when your decision making has been revoked. You coming out there thinking you're going to convince a mother that you ain't got that child. But you gonna tell me where the child going. There's no way that you would know where that child location is, Paul, in my opinion, and this is my opinion. There's no way you would know that unless you have possession of the child. That's my opinion. You can't tell me that that child is in a foster care and a foster mother is telling you that they taking that child, who they are legally and bound to protect, over to your mom and them house, and they've been deemed incompetent of keeping them, per what you told the other blogger. I told you last night to turn your bitch ass in, but you wanted to blow smoke up in my butt. Auntie? Maybe somebody else, but never auntie. And you should know better because you've never been able to blow smoke up my butt. You talked about Karine and, people looking at Karine. Karine ain't got possession of the children. So she can post all day long. She can do whatever she want to do because she ain't that's on the back of a milk carton box. And Paul, when I called them people, because bitch, I called them people because I have a duty to do it. So you can be mad all you want. I'm using my good damn American right to call if I think something is shady than a month. And I felt the breeze, bitch. I felt the breeze and it was shady. And I said, you know what? I'm going to use my right to call and tell them what I think. And what you said to me. Got the blue checker on it. It's you. It's you. Now, I am not saying that it's factual that you have that child. Never said it was a fact. No.
I'm saying that I believe it's factual that he has his child, though. I just want to put that out there. I genuinely believe that this mofo has his kid and nothing else but that. Because to be honest with you, there are so many stories going around right now on the internet. And to be honest with you, the common denominator out of every single one of them, or one of the most common things that we're hearing out of them is that, to be honest with you, that child is with Paul. Okay? Or at least he knows where Pierre is without a shadow of a doubt. You know what I'm saying? Because that is it. That's the narrative for me personally. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm correct, but I am saying that I strongly believe, and I am convinced that Paul knows where Pierre is. But of course, I understand that Anna's advice obviously is covering herself by not saying XYZ. Obviously, it's important to cover yourself, but obviously I'm covering myself too. I'm just saying this is my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Her opinion is that she doesn't want to say it, which is cool, man. I respect that 100%. But my opinion is that with the information right now, that mofo knows. And let's be honest, Paul is a control freak to a certain degree, And I can see him doing that.
Never said it. What I said was, how you gonna know if you ain't got them? Who told you? Now I'm giving it to the authorities, and I'm gonna let the authorities do what the authorities do. But if they need me to say something, they need me to snitch, I'm snitching. And I don't care who don't like it. But what you ain't.
I mean, listen, it's fantastic that she's going. Well, it's fantastic that she's already reported him anyway, because obviously we already know that she reported him because it was said in the chat. Do you know what I mean? But I still go back to what I said before. She should have recorded the phone call. The phone call would have been so much more crucial. And I'm going to tell you why the phone call as well would have been so crucial to be recorded, and why the phone call is so much more powerful than texts. Because when on a text, I haven't used Facebook like in a minute, to be fair, but on a text, you have the ability to remove your text out of the comments, you know what I'm saying, okay? And because there's the ability to actually change what's in a text, you know what I mean, just due to so many aspects, literally you take a text into a court, it can be appealed against as, not being authentic, all that kind of mumbo jumbo. But a phone call, on the other hand, there's no way they're going to think that Anna's advice is going to find someone who's going to fake a phone call. You know what I mean? So a phone call would always be way much more powerful than a text, and that is why I was saying that the phone call should have been recorded at any means necessary. Because again, a phone call will always be way much more powerful than texts. You know what I mean? Texts can be anything. It can be illegal to record a phone call. Listen, I could care less. This isn't about, you know what? Hold on a minute. No, hold on a minute. I know, obviously, sweet heavenly dove. I know, obviously, you're not saying this in a malicious way, but let me just say this right now, okay? I couldn't give a damn about what's legal or illegal. If a child is involved, I'm doing what's necessary. And ask yourself this question, okay? Sweet heavenly dove or anyone else, ask yourself this question, okay? If it's your child on the line, okay, are you going to care about what's illegal and what's legal? Are you going to care? That is the question. And I'm going to tell you this now. If you have a phone call with someone that you know, you can record that phone call. Because it's a conversation you have. If you have a phone call with someone that you don't, there's different. No, sweet heavenly dove, listen to what I said. I said that this isn't me coming to you, okay? I just said to you, bear in mind, what I'm going to say next has nothing to do with you specifically. So I don't know why you're saying I was just making a statement. I know you was making a statement. That's why I said this isn't about you, by the way. I'm now generally speaking. And I'm generally speaking that, ladies and gentlemen, listen, let me tell you something real quick. If the law can manipulate the law, then we can manipulate the law too. So as far as I'm concerned, ain't nobody ever going to tell me that I can't record a phone call. You know what I mean? Now, obviously, I don't know. A judge just needs to sign off on a warrant for Paul. Yeah, that's what it is. Listen, all I'm trying to say is this, right? Bring forward everything possible, because look at it this way. Sometimes you can record a conversation with you and someone else. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, record the phone call. That's it. Just record the phone call. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Okay? Just bear this in mind, okay? Just do the damn thing. Stop following the law when the law isn't going to protect you. You know, if the law can swerve, you can swerve. You know what I'm saying? Record the phone call, man. If it's my child involved, I'm recording the freaking phone call, man. Or if it's any child, I'm recording the phone call. If something is recorded illegally, it can be a Oh my God, you guys are not listening to what I'm saying right now. Oh my God. It's like I'm talking to a brick wall. It's like I'm talking to a brick wall. You guys are not listening. Someone said, Shelly said, if something's recorded illegally, it can be admissible. Someone said it would be thrown out, okay? I legit just said, okay, it doesn't matter, regardless, just record it no matter what, because you don't know. Get everything possible, because you just get it. Even if it's admissible, just get it. Man, just do it. If it's your child, what are you gonna do? You're gonna be like, you know what? The law said I can't record it, so I'm not really gonna record it. No, you're gonna do it. You know what I mean? Some of you may even become vigilantes to try and get your child back or whatnot. When you're a vigilante, are you then gonna sit there and say, "Oh man, I can't do it because it's illegal"? You ain't gonna give a damn. You know what I mean? Come on now, man. Stop this law nonsense. Stop this law nonsense about what's illegal and what's not. Like I said before, if the law wants to change itself, it will. So why can't you at least tempt to, you know what I mean? Come on now, man. Let's not mess about. Stop being so scripted. Like I said, no one sticks to the books when it matters. So none of this saint nonsense about I don't care about that, man. Don't care. You should stop me. Why? I got the recording now. What are you gonna do about it, huh? You gonna take it away from me? I got copies, you know. You know, I'm one of them people. I'm one of those people. I would take it with me. If they say it's admissible, I'm then one of these people like, okay, it's admissible. No worries. I'm gonna post it online. Remember though, sometimes the power of online is great. So I'm one of those people at the same timeline. I'll be like, admissible who? Admissible what? Don't worry. YouTube, where you at? TikTok, where you at? Instagram, where you at? Twitter, where you at? Facebook, where you at? I'm uploading this everywhere, so at least people will know exactly what went down in my phone call with this mofo. And then there's a whole riot, a whole protest turns up. We heard the recording. Come on, man. Use everything to your arsenal. Everything to your arsenal, okay? in certain US states, if you are not law enforcement, you can catch a felony or lawsuit by recording. I couldn't care less. Like I said before, if the child's life is on the line and I've got an opportunity to do it, I don't care. Why am I worrying about that for? For what reason am I gonna? I don't care. Understand what I'm trying to tell you? I don't care. I will still do it. Why? But let's continue. Listen, see if I make the recording or I go and become a vigilante myself. Regardless, things are getting done.
They're going to do is give me some bull-ass story about both of the kids. You know, both of the kids are in foster care, and you know he doesn't have the kids. Bitch, who you talking to? I'm a sister.
Shirley, I legit just answered that question. I'm not saying being admissible is right, but if it's admissible, what will you do? I literally just told you. I'll post it on the internet. Literally just said that. You're not listening now, huh? But let's get into this, man. Let's get into this.
You better tell that to somebody else, honey. You seen all of this? All this melanin? I keep telling you I'm in DC. I done seen kids get snatched a many times. I done seen people hiding their kids a many times. But bitch, I ain't seen them on no carton like yours. So you know I'm going to do what I feel is morally right. And I feel like being a content creator with information, I'm a mandated reporter. And so I reported. Paul, the gig is up, in my opinion. To all of those who doubted, the ad or the post that you saw, according to the lady that I talked to, and I've got the phone number and the proof and all of that, I got the receipts. This child is very much still missing and exploited. It is still very much that they believe that this child is in the possession of the father. It was dated July 1 of 2022. Today is July 2 of 2022. This is not an old post, and this baby is not in foster care. This baby is not in foster care. This baby is missing. What I wasn't... No. Hold on a second, y'all. Sorry. Any questions from anybody? Any questions from anybody? And now let me just tell y'all this. Like I said, a lot of people put comments and stuff in my comment section yesterday about what he said and what he reported. And I'm going to say he. Don't do that. Don't do that. This is a mofo, in my opinion, that takes stuff on the surface. Whatever they say, he believes them. Not me. I don't believe that. In the future, don't put nothing in my comment section that might say it. I don't fuck with him. And if you've been with me at any time, you know I don't fuck with him. Don't put anything in the comment section. I have access to these people just like he do. I just don't play it. I don't sit there and brag and make my whole platform about talking to these That's not what my platform is about. He got this bull story and didn't even vet the thing. And the fucking baby is in the background. I mean, not the, I ain't saying that the baby is, I get on. But don't put that in my comment section like he's a Bible of 90 Day Fiance. If you don't know, ask somebody. I've been around this game as long as he has. And I got access just like he does. And I ain't going for the okie doke. So as soon as they was putting it in there and telling me what he said, oh, bitch, I knew that I was going to get down to the bottom of the reel. I don't have to kiss nobody. I ain't got to sit at no table. I do me. I mind my business. I stay in the background. No, I do not, Niecy, because I believe, in my humble opinion, that they all doing some No, Niecy, I don't. Who else got a question? Wait a minute, what?
Listen, first and foremost, I want to say shout out to Auntie's advice because she definitely done the right thing by contacting the authorities and obviously letting them know that, she's been in contact with Paul and she's more than certain that, she heard a child in the background and something should be done. And also, give a shout out to her for obviously, keeping people updated on the fact that she had that conversation. Because at the end of the day, it's important that we do know that something is happening. Or at least we can hope that something is obviously happening. Hopefully, obviously, herself and why can't I say certain things sometimes, man? Mellington Way is all at the same time is also helping as well. So End of the day, man, literally, like I said before, for me personally, I would have taken the risk of recording the phone call, but it is what it is. Either way, though, she's got texts, and that is better than nothing. And also, she's reported them, which is definitely better than nothing. So it's good to see that we've got creators out there like Under's Advice, like Reality Squad, and the Mellington Way, who are actually, contacting the law authorities to make sure that everything that we're being told in terms of Pierre missing is happening. Because the fact is, it's annoying that Paul tried to tell different people that his kid is not missing, just so people would potentially stop looking for Pierre. So it's nice that we now know 100% that Pierre is missing and he needs to be found. But obviously at the same time, though, we know that he's missing not necessarily because he's legit missing, but because myself in particular strongly believe that Paul has his child and he's just hiding Pierre from the authorities because Paul's a freaking P-R-I-C-K. You know what I'm saying? But end of the day, if recording was recorded in secret and released anonymously, they can't do anything. Exactly. Someone who speaks my language. I like this. I like this. I like that. Samaha. I don't know. Is it Samaha? I don't know if I'm sorry if I said the name incorrectly, but I like that. You know what I'm saying? Someone is speaking my language. Yeah, you take it. If they say no, you then drop it online everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Anonymously. Come on now, man. What talking? Yes. What kind of person? Come on now. Legit is just trigger troll or not on YouTube much. If they think this is attacking or not worth paying attention or paying a mind, yeah, come on now, of course. Listen, man, you never catch me, obviously responding to trolls, but I couldn't really care less. But yeah, nonetheless, though, I got you Madzie and you pronounce it anyway you like it. Oh, same how I say. Okay, cool. Thank you. Right, okay, thank you so much everyone for coming through. It is now 24 minutes past 12 a.m. in the UK, so time for my bedtime. But I will definitely be catching you guys, all of yous, tomorrow on our live stream. Obviously our typical Sunday live stream. Watch out for the notification for when that comes out, and also watch out for the upload for what else have we got on tomorrow? Tomorrow is I Love a Mama's Boy. Yeah, so tomorrow we've got two things happening for sure. I Love a Mama's Boy is going to be uploaded tomorrow, as well as, of course, 90 Day Fiance, which we will be doing the live stream for. So we will see you guys there for both of them. And I also remind you guys, Married at First Sight is also returning this week as well, or next week as well. It is returning on the 6th or on the 7th. It's kind of a weird one. Initially, what I'm going to do with Married at First Sight, when it comes out, I am initially going to give it a try on YouTube to see how it works out. Hopefully it's not copyright purposes, but of course, if anything, that content will then obviously be onto Patreon as well. But I'm gonna give it a try because I think the last one that I tried was the Australia one, which was a bit different. But yeah, that is coming on too. So we got a new show coming out again. As you know, guys, I'm always trying to do what I can to bring you guys more shows. We've got Bachelor in Paradise that actually starts in September, to be fair. So I can't wait for that too. Never watched an episode in my life, but I can't wait for that anyway to see what that's gonna be. Whether that's gonna be like. But yeah, I'll definitely be catching you guys tomorrow for there's more live, and then obviously the content throughout the week. So next week, actually, next week we got quite a bit going on, So tomorrow we got 90 Day Fiance, I Love a Mama's Boy. Monday we've got the family Chantel and Seeking Sister Wife. And then on Wednesday, Thursday, we've got Married at First Sight. And then Friday, we've got Love in Paradise. And then Sunday, we've got, we're back to square one again. To be fair, honestly, man, we're definitely doing what we can to get some more shows on YouTube and on Patreon, which is fantastic. Yeah, this is good stuff. But hopefully, though, Married at First Sight will be something that doesn't give me any issues, for YouTube basis. But hey. Nonetheless, so thank you so much for your time, ladies and gentlemen. I don't believe he's about to go live on Patreon. I think he's going to sleep. Oh no, I'm going to sleep now. Yeah, I'm going to sleep now. No. But nonetheless, thank you so much for your time, ladies and gentlemen. Happy 4th of July for all you Americans who are celebrating, I believe, all of this week. Pillow Talk. Let's see it. Pillow Talk is something that I do, but I do that one for Patreon only. So yeah, if you want reviews on Pillow Talk, let me know, because that is something that I do on Patreon only. To be fair with you guys, so yeah, Pillow Talk is Patreon only. But hey, And to be fair though, I will be looking to potentially add potentially adding 90-day diaries as well onto Patreon as well. But I need to look into that one before I move forward with that one too. But look out that one as a potential one as well. Yeah, but anyway, thank you so much everyone. Look after yourselves, sleep well, and I'll catch you guys for tomorrow's live stream. We are done.